Greetings. Happy Monday to you, my dear. Happy Monday and happy Canada Day. This is a very auspicious day. Well, in Canada, we're celebrating Canada's birthday. But here we are stepping into a new month, into July. So now this is very important month here for our whole checking in with this mindful motivation for mindset mastery. And where I'm coming from with that idea is we're now halfway through 2024. And the thing about 2024, from a numerology point of view, we are in a universal 8 year. And that is, so there's the energy of the 8. And then if you look at it from the lens of the tarot, that's the strength card. What we are all, we all interact with this energy in unique ways and in whatever way we are wired. But universally, the inspiration or the impulse for all of us collectively is to align with our own rhythm, with our own inner strength, and walk to the beat of our own drum. To follow those things that align with your heart energy. So how is that going for you? So if you think about that, feeling into, that's what 2024 is encouraging and urging all of us to do, to align with, to move forward with. How does that feel for you? When we come in, and I use 4 different decks of cards in these sessions, but the whole intent, or my intent, is to help you really, really deeply get in touch with the guidance that's there for you. That's the whole part of these conversations, is to lovingly, nurturingly ease you into listening to the guidance. Listening. When I say listening, I mean feeling it, watching the words that you say to yourself and about yourself. And this is a key piece too, because the lunar influence that we have to contend with this week is very nurturing and nourishing. It is the new moon in the sign of Cancer, which arrives on Friday, on the 5th. Cancer is all about getting in touch with your emotions and also allowing your intuitive nature to blossom, to be the guiding force. So getting in touch with, and you've probably heard me, if you watched these sessions before, you probably heard me suggesting this question: how do I feel about myself here? And when I'm saying here, I'm talking about thinking these thoughts, saying yes to this, saying no to that, going this direction, operating this way, being in this crowd, not being in that crowd. So it's about really tapping into feeling your feelings, allowing them to guide you, to inform you, to get into this idea of walking to the beat of your own drum. And of course, when I talk about walking to the beat of your own drum, I'm talking about your heart. What lights you up? What helps you feel like I'm tapped into my purpose, I'm tapped into my gifts, I'm sharing my unique flavor? Because that's what's expected of you from the collective. That's what's needed from all of us. So take a deep breath. I really encourage you, if I bring up anything on these sessions that kind of challenge you or discombobulate you in some ways and you need some support or further guidance, just let me know. Put it in the comments below or message me directly. Because like I said, these sessions and the cards that I bring into these are intended to help you really get in touch with that wisdom that's already there. However, sometimes we need little taps on the shoulder, little boosts of confidence, little signs that says, yes, you've got this. You can do this. So feel into that. Feel into that. And then when we have new moons are all about surrender and trust and planting seeds of that which you wish to work towards or work on. And being that this is such a powerful new moon, it's to plant seeds for, yes, we do it in lunar cycles, so new moon to full moon, but also in 6-month cycles. So meaning what you plant or what you intend or act upon on with intention-wise on a Cancer new moon, then you're going to then kind of bring in the fulfillment of it at the Cancer full moon. So that's why it's so important to look at that energy of 2024 being that inspiration to walk forward with courage, with authenticity, with capacity and confidence of, yes, you're on the right track. Yes, you're aligning with what your soul's purpose is. So now, all that being said, and let's start with the first deck of cards I like to use is my letting go guidance system. Because you see, the whole premise of these cards is that when we start to become aware of inspiration and intuitive guidance, there's usually something that can sometimes make us hold back or feel like, oh, I can't do that, or no, this is not the right timing, or getting in touch with chatter that kind of derails you or talks you out of or sabotages you in some way. So take a nice deep breath. Let's see, what can we focus on letting go of in order to really get in touch with that intuitive emotional guidance, that inner authority that's wanting to guide you. And what it is this is a good one, it's pattern. What kind of patterns do you have that perhaps limit you? Do you have a pattern of stuffing down your feelings? Do you have a pattern of comparing yourself to others? Do you have a pattern of just doing and doing and doing and doing and not actually allowing yourself time to reflect with that question, how do I feel about myself? What kind of patterns are holding you back from the auspiciousness that's possible for you? What kind of patterns do you have that maybe are taking you off course of that alignment of walking to the beat of your own drum, walking with confidence and courage and authenticity? Breathe into that. And like I said, if you need some support or guidance or more resources on that to help you, just let me know. So the next card we do look at is a tarot card. Tarot cards can help sort of direct our attention and our energies to the structure that perhaps will help us evolve and lean into that guidance. Oh, this is a good one. So it's the Ten of Swords. So isn't that interesting? Ten of Swords that's the crazy making thinking, the thinking that everything's so dire, so panicky, so awful, so terrible that it's kind of like worst case scenario. Is that a pattern for you? Maybe it's time to let that go too. Also though, that sometimes, and I don't know about you, but I can do this, that sometimes we can get into the looping, the crazy making thinking, and it's going round and round and round and round and round and creating chaos that's actually not true. So sometimes we need to allow that, acknowledge it, and just say, park it. I'm not listening to that anymore. That's a pattern. So perhaps that releasing patterns could be a wee bit of a pattern interrupt. And that's the thing. This is based on the work of Byron Katie about her whole methodology of the work, that sometimes we have thoughts going and going and going and going, but they're not true. So if you have something that's informing you that this is terrible, this is all falling apart, or it's not good, or I'm not good enough, then is that really true? Is it really, really true? And if it's not true, then maybe it's time to say thank you, let it go. And take a deep breath. Excuse me. That's obviously letting things go too. So I trust that makes sense, because sometimes, and this is something that's really, really important, is that I said to you at the beginning, we get influenced by the universal numbers, right? So we're all in 2024, so we all are dealing with the 8 energy. However, each one of us at our birthdays, we go into our own personal years. So then we interact with that universal energy in different ways. And so it's really about creating that awareness, creating that acceptance, and navigating and making choices based on that. But saying that, regardless of how you are wired, what sign you were born under, what's your sun sign, what's your moon sign, none of us are wired to make decisions or choices from our thinking mind. So that Ten of Swords energy is a real strong reminder that if you're working on the premise that you have to logic things through, or you have to work it out, or you have to justify, time to put that down. It's time to come into your heart's energy and time to feel into your own inner guidance, your soul's guidance. It comes from the feeling nature, not the thinking nature. And when you get in touch with the feeling nature that you are, we all are, then you can actually bypass some of that crazy making thinking. Because you see, for every emotion or every piece of emotional intelligence that we can have a myriad of stories of why that's good enough or not good enough, or why that's off track, or why this is not working. Let's come to the emotion and bypass all of that. So releasing the pattern of overthinking. Take in another nice deep breath. Now we're going to have a look at 3 of the Healing with the Angels cards, because that's what we're doing here. Healing with our own angelic energies and our own capacity for evolving and becoming the best version of us. And I love the cards that came up. The first one is Archangel Michael. That's really cool. I love that when Archangel Michael comes up, I always think of he is the protector of all things negative. So a practice that I used to use, I don't do it so much anymore, I think it's because it became really immersed in my own energy, is that if you have a propensity to overthink and get stuck in, worst case scenario, or it's all falling apart, I encourage you to try out this practice where each morning as you wake up or step into your day, say something to the words to the effect of, I call upon Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, please protect me against all forms of negativity, especially and including my own. And just do that for a couple of weeks and see how much that allows you to tap into your own truth, your own energy, and allows you to have a sense, or cultivate a sense of enchantment with what you get to do, the things that you get to do, the magic that's all around you. And could this herald a new beginning for you? Which, of course, new beginning is started by a new moon. So really allowing us, don't you love the guidance that's come here? It's like asking us to come out of our overthinking propensities, our thrust forward, our get things done, our put up with stuff in the head thinking, and come into your heart. Allow your heart to guide you, to be the deciding factor when you need to make a choice, or direct your energy somewhere. I trust that makes sense. Like I said, let me know if you need a wee bit more support in any of these pieces that are coming through for us this week, especially this week. Coming into halfway point of 2024. Okay, so I'm just about to end our session off and send you off into this beautiful energy, but I'm going to finish off by pulling one of our Liberate Your Inner Truth cards, because ultimately that is what this whole vibe is about, liberating your inner truth. Let's see what comes up to seal this off, and I love this. The card that's come up for us is I Am Guided. Don't you love that? That's the synchronicity of all these cards. It really weaves together in a beautiful way to inspire and empower us. But let me read this off out to you. I make time to suspend logic and trust in my feelings. This helps me access the answers that dwell within my heart rather than my mind. Feelings are a part of the guidance to fulfill my greatest potential. See, I should have pulled that right at the beginning, because that actually wrapped up everything that I just said. Don't you feel that? I love that. And I love you. I wish you a beautiful week ahead. Like I said, if you need any guidance or support, just let me know. But have a beautiful start to July, and I'll be back with you next week.